Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
How
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for joining. You're from Bangladesh?
Oh yes, I'm from Bangladesh. Yes.
Oh, which part of Bangladesh?
Yes. I was just yes. Dhaka, the capital city.
Oh, yeah, yeah, Dhaka. Yeah, I have seen that when I was very, very, very young. Yeah, in my young ages, I've been in Dhaka once. Yeah, tell me a little bit about more about yourself. What do you do?
Yes. Right. I work for a company, the Caterpillar company in Bangladesh.
Okay.
I work there. Yeah.
So what do you do exactly? I
Yeah.
mean,
I manage the human resources.
oh
I'm
wow.
the chief HR officer over here.
Okay, okay. Yes. So
And besides, I also do coaching, leadership training, all this thing. And I'm also a John Maxwell certified.
where did you certify?
John Maxwell, I'm the first.
Oh, you're in John Maxwell team. Okay, I'm an
Yeah.
executive director there too.
So I'm working and also doing part time coaching, consulting, all these things. Right.
Okay, okay, okay. That's awesome.
I was just
Please.
going to the Facebook, then I saw you, and I thought this is recorded, but I didn't know that this is live.
No, I do
So
live on every Tuesday at this time, especially like at 9 o'clock in Pakistan and
I'm
10.
pleased to. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
so I
great.
do. Yeah, it's just like a chit chat with all these people, and if they have any questions, so I can answer. And in this way, I see a lot of my friends. Mr. Salim Mughal is online too, but he is shy of camera. Probably he's not trying to join us, but he's प्रोफेसर सलीम मुगल इज़ आल्सो विद अस जी। बहुत शुक्रिया। मैं अब भी यंग ही हूँ, आपसे तो यंग ही हूँ। बहरहाल आप जैसे बुजुर्गों का मुझ पे साया है, तो बहुत खुशी हुई कि आप देख रहे हैं। तो आ जाइए, अगर आप ज्वाइन करना चाहें तो गपशप कुछ कर सकते हैं हम आप। So he is a professor, and but anyway, maybe he's not allowed to be on camera. Sometimes they have restrictions. So, so tell me about your this journey with the John Maxwell. How do you like it?
Yes, the journey has been very exciting. Personally, my own life, it has impacted a lot.
Okay.
And I started reading John Maxwell books almost 15 years back.
Wow.
He has a book, I think that's a success journey. It's a very
Yes.
small, tiny book, and I was very impressed.
Mm.
And then actually, I personally got, impacted with my own career growth, and also I shared some of the insight to my family members, and I could not get into full fledged leadership training because I'm in a full time job. So I
Mm-hmm.
always used to do part time assignments, part time training.
Mm-hmm.
So my journey has been very exciting, and
Mm-hmm.
and whenever I face any challenges in my life, I always try to connect with John Maxwell's teaching, and
Mm-hmm.
I would say that not a single item let me down. I got the benefit out,
Mm-hmm.
particularly in the pandemic time. So when we are in the lockdown situation, and
Mm.
that was a do or die survival kind of situation. So I
Oh,
used all the Maxwell teachings, learnings, and I'm really really personally really excited.
awesome, awesome, awesome. But how did you get in the HR industry? Tell me a little bit about it.
HR, I started career almost 15 years back. I did my MBA
Okay.
and Masters in Business Administration,
Mm-hmm.
and I also did some other HR certifications, and also I'm a part qualified chartered management accountant.
Mm-hmm.
So I dealt with people and also with some commercial aspect. Then I have actually realized that how people can actually add values in everything. So in
Mm-hmm.
HR, we have seen that people are neglected, people are not, valued as equal as other assets. But I
Mm-hmm.
can challenge my CFO, I can challenge my CEO, and I can bring my commercial knowledge and into the people thing. So that gave me a lot of excitement. So I'm being in HR for almost 15 years now. So
Mhm.
now I'm actually planning to move into full time, consultancy or doing some own stuff. So
Mhm.
actually, I'm at loss. I'm in confusion. So
Wow.
you say that I'm in the suspense that how I leave my settled job, settled and secure job, and
Yeah.
embark into this exciting profession.
So,
So
what do you enjoy most about your profession? Give me some idea. So, people who are watching us, if they are in HR, maybe they can learn from you because you have so much experience.
I feel excited when I can help people, when
Mm.
I can help people with some real issues, and when I can add value to their life. And for example, that maybe I have given some idea to some of the person who is struggling with his role in the company. Then after applying, he got promotion and he got a better offer. So that gives me a lot of excitement. So
Uh-huh.
that is the because I can see that people they don't know many things, many
Mhm.
small things they don't know. But if you give them some little bit push, some guidance, sometimes that brings lot of changes. So that actually excites me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you see this upcoming changes like artificial intelligence and all that? How it's going to affect your business or your industry?
Yes, that's affecting a lot. For example, that like in Caterpillar, we used to sell parts to our customers. Now the Caterpillar has advised us to sell parts through online. So likewise, in business side, we need to get into a lot of digitizations. We need to get into a lot of digital project initiative, and also developing our people skills. For example, now we need to do a lot of with data analytics. Like previously we used to work with Excel, but now
Mhm.
that has become redundant. We are going for Power BI,
Ah.
Tableau, all those analytics stuff. So people are getting a lot of challenges,
Mhm.
and if they cannot cope up with all this technological stuff, technological mindset and the tools, then they are gonna get into big trouble. But other side, people who are adapting these new skills, so they are getting more recognition, more rewards. There are two sides of the coin. There's a
Yes.
risk and also there are recognitions. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit, like I just because we are a lot of people are watching us. What is the strangest or funniest incident happened in this industry with you so far in this entire experience?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Like the any strange or funniest incident happened during your HR this whole experience of last 15, 20 years?
Yes. Funniest thing I could say that I'm not sure that whether this is funniest, but I can say this is unique. For example, that I transformed HR in such a way I was having equal respect like the other C-suite people. So that was a great achievement. I worked with South Asia region with other HR of other country, other culture, but in Bangladesh, HR was always neglected. So
Hmm.
HR people were always left aside.
Hmm.
But I got the opportunity to implement some transformation, some change management, and which was very visible to my shareholders,
Hmm.
and they were very happy to give me a seat at the C-suite. So then I became the chief human resources officer. Then,
Yeah.
and yes, and then I started this coaching thing, the mentoring, and leadership development, and that got a huge transformation. For example, one of our maybe average performer after getting into this coaching and this leadership development, he is now one of the top managers in the company.
Wow.
And the funniest thing I would say that at some stage we lost some of the key managers. So we
Hmm.
developed them, we trained them, we coached them, and they become too good. Then the headhunter hunted them, to different company. So that's something you'd say was very interesting. But
Yeah.
even though we are happy that our community has developed,
Wow.
there, yeah.
Let me ask you another question for just for the viewers. What habits or routines do you believe contributed most of to your success wherever you are now? Because you're working for a Caterpillar, one of the largest company in the world.
Right. I think the topmost thing what I have found, that is the consistency. Consistency in actually what I'm doing, what we do. Then actually we get the the real change, real impact. This is one I have found. The other
Mm-hmm.
thing what I have found, getting into this John Maxwell and in this coaching thing, that is
Mm-hmm.
the awareness. And I found it very strange scenario. Some people are very aware, and there are some people they are very low in their awareness. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, I found some people he's going to get fired, but even he doesn't realize even as until he got the letter. But before that, he was communicated, he was given the warning, but his awareness level was not like that.
Mm-hmm.
So these two things actually, gave me a lot of insight. One is having the consistency, in spite of all of your change management or what we say the VUCA word,
Mm-hmm.
you have to remain consistent. That's number
Yes.
one.
Yes.
And number two, that your awareness has to be raised equally.
Yep.
So there are many other things, but these two things, for my own self and also for my other people, what I've found very important. Like you
Uh,
have asked the artificial intelligence question, right? You have
yes.
asked this question.
Yeah.
Many people is still they don't have this awareness. Sorry,
Yeah.
please.
But how do you stay motivated and focused on that?
Yeah, that's one of the critical thing. I remain motivated. Just I have in my mind that I need to be active. I need to be get going,
Yeah.
because there are a lot of challenges, a lot of upsetting issues all around. But if I don't get myself self motivated, then actually I'm not going to get moved. So I always try to bring people into my mind. For example, I bring my family into my mind. I bring my children into my mind. So then I don't think about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So those other things actually get me motivated. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
need to be active because my brother is there, my colleague is there, my sons are there. So these actually gets me rolling.
So, if you're looking back, what would you have done differently in your career or business, in your personal development? What you could
Right.
do different?
In my personal level, I one thing I did, I always tried to learn new things. So that
Mm-hmm.
has become my part of like any other habit. So I always for example, I have invested a lot in buying books,
Mm-hmm.
getting this training. So many people laughed at me, say, hey, why you are doing all these things, these are not required, these are useless, right? You're wasting your time. But that actually get me a lot of own satisfaction, and
Mm-hmm.
also my own realization. For example, that I can feel that I have got my realization and my awareness too high. I can foresee things. I can see how things are coming and going to get changed. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing which I could do better, I could have taken risks to get into full time this coaching consultancy business. Because
Uh-huh.
now I'm little bit in dilemma situation because my job is very secure, but
Mm-hmm.
now I think that I need to do I can do more if I get into in my own business. So that I could not do successfully.
Let's ask, because you are a certified coach and trainer. How do you deal with your failures or moments when things uh, go against your plan? How do you deal with that?
I try to reflect back. So what I did and what I got in return and what I could do better. I do my myself. I do my own self dialogue and try to realize that yes, I could not succeed, but from there what I have learned.
Mm-hmm.
So that learning is one thing that
Mm-hmm.
helps me from my failure. And the other thing which gives me some sense of motivation, that I tried. I did not give it up. I tried, but I failed. But well, I have learned this.
Hmm.
So that also gives me a feelings about becoming my resiliency, greed, those kind of things.
What type of books or resources kept you in this, like on your, which is impacted on your life, especially personal and professional development? What books and what courses you have taken?
Right. I recently, like for last couple of years, I'm getting more into mindfulness, then little bit of psychology,
Hmm.
and now I'm actually trying to learn some of business stuff, like how change management functions, how company becomes successful with the strategies. So mindfulness psychology, then these business operations, and then actually I tried, if I can share that recently these days I'm actually learning the people who made the differences at this very moment of the world. Like if I say that, like our business in Bangladesh, we are 20 years operating in Bangladesh,
Hmm.
but Google is also 20 years. But how far Google has went and how far we have come. So I do some comparison. So who led Google or who led the other successful companies and what actually they did different. And what I have found that some companies, they did the same thing. They
Hmm.
did the same process, same things, but maybe little different. Those little difference actually made huge transformation.
Hmm.
So these actually these days excites me a lot. I pick, like recently I was studying the CEO of the Starbucks, the new CEO.
Yeah.
So he was CEO of Regit Binkizer,
Hmm.
and before that he was one of the consultant with McKinsey for 20 years.
Hmm.
So that gives me huge learning, like 20 years in McKinsey Consulting, then 6 7 years with Ricky Bingizer. Now he has come back to the Starbucks. So
Okay.
what's he gonna do differently? So these are some of the learnings I try to get. Some of the books, like there, I have some few famous books like how Samsung actually made their leadership development. There's a book written by two professors about the Samsung, and there is other book how Toyota actually transformed. So there are some books I collected. So I try to know
Hmm.
from their background the real story, real stuff, real people, what they did,
Hmm.
and what we can do, but we are not doing. So these are some of the things I'm.
So, how do you handle the stress and pressure in high demand situations?
Yes, stress. I always try to, I always try to relate sports in managing my stress. For
Yeah.
example, I
Hmm.
enjoy this last World Cup, and I seldom I watch those moments when I get frustrated, when I get upset,
Hmm.
and that works like a magic.
Yeah.
And yeah, so these are some of the things. And very interestingly, about Pakistan, I might share you the song "Dil Dil Pakistan" by
Yeah.
Junaid.
Yeah. Junaid. Yeah.
Sometimes I listen to the songs, and these songs actually energize me a lot.
Wow.
So this way, actually, I try to shift my focus,
Hmm.
just try to get something different, and then I can see that yes, actually, uh, stress is not permanent. This is how I'm going to look into that.
Wow.
So
Awesome. That's
and
great.
I'm really touched by some of the people. So whenever I face any, like Junior Jamshed is very famous to me. So
Yes.
I see his lifestyle, how he. So from these idols of mine, I try to handle my stress.
Yeah. But how do you maintain work and life balance, especially in your personal life and like your family life with
Yeah.
the work? So
This is
how?
this is one of the area, right? This is one of the area actually I'm lagging behind. Actually, I focus more on my work, more on my office, more on my own self development. But
Mhm.
I could give more time to my children. I have two sons. They'll be moving to university next 2 years. So I never realized that now like they have grown up. I have little bit of distance with my children, but 2 3 years back I was very close to them. They were just like my friends. So they're
Mm.
growing up, I should have given more time to them. So this
Mm-hmm.
is one of the area I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
But I always try to come to home. I always try to help my wife in kitchen work. I sometimes try to take my kids outside to buy small things, small stuff. I always try to get connected in every day. So it's not like that I'm out of touch. So this is what I try to stay close. I'm not sure what I'm doing or if I'm adding any value to them. I try to make my presence available. This is one thing
Mm.
I'm trying to.
Let me ask you another question, Munir. I mean, it's amazing we are just discussing these things.
No, that's
It
fine.
turned into an interview, like I'm interviewing you. But we all are here to learn from each other. And obviously, the people who are watching us with your experience and your position, and they have a lot to learn from you. So, what are the most significant risks you have taken in your career, or how did they pay off?
Yes, the significant risk actually, what I took, I stayed with my company for around 15 years now.
Hmm.
So these days, actually, our business is struggling a lot. Like, for example, we are working with the power sector, we are working with power plants, and so which is heavily connected with the dollar, LC, international export. So for last couple of years, actually, this industry is struggling a lot, but
Hmm.
I always over committed with my employer, which I should be. But
Hmm.
on a career perspective, so this is the thing actually, I never thought about moving into other organizations. It's like always thought about my own organization. I'm very happy, I'm very good. But on the career side, I think now I can realize that on career way actually I could have made some changes. So
Hmm.
this is one thing. And before pandemic, actually I was doing a lot of training, consultancy, coaching,
Hmm.
and that was a huge opportunity that time to get into full flames. But in the pandemic time, actually I remained with my company, so I did not make the change. I stayed with my company. But for last 2 3 years, the company is actually not doing that much profit because of this post pandemic and LC and this Ukraine Russia war, this kind of situation. So this is the risk actually I took to stay with the same company for more than around 15 years.
Hmm.
So career point of view, I think that like some say that you must have different industry experience in your. That's one thing. And in other way, like if this was a company like a Google, then I
Hmm.
could have stayed there for my rest of my career. But like
Hmm.
the Bangladesh market is very small, but in Caterpillar, we have people working for 40 years, 50 years, because
Yeah.
they're moving people all around the world. That's one side. So
Hmm.
this is actually one risk I took, but now I'm facing a lot of, as I told you, that I'm planning to move, or whether should I stay, because market is not, in stable situation in any way.
Hmm.
So this is the payout I'm getting. I'm a little bit frustrated as well. So
Hmm.
that's why I found you here in the Facebook, and I tried to get in that. I was
Yeah.
hearing what you were saying. That
Yeah.
actually excited me to get in.
No, that's awesome. Thanks for joining. And if you're looking back on your journey, is there anything you wish you had done differently?
Oh yes, like I had opportunity to move to Canada, move to USA
Oh,
with
okay.
immigration, right?
Hmm.
So I'm a kind of person. I always feel that I'll stay in my country with my family and friends. But now I realize that if I moved out, I could still get in touch with my family members, and also I can do good for my country. So there's nothing wrong that I cannot move out. So that was a mindset I had, that I need to stay.
Hmm.
So I had a huge opportunity back then, 6 7 years back. So
Hmm.
now my age has grown up, my kids has grown up. So that one thing I could do better. Like for example, the person I am, I like a lot of working with a lot of systems, a lot of structures, and a lot of personal development.
Hmm.
So I feel that if I could settle in other part of the world, I
Hmm.
could learn more, and then I come after coming back, I can deliver more.
Yeah.
So it's not I'm out and I'm staying there forever, but I can come back with a lot of other developments of my own, and I can contribute more. This is one realization I have.
Oh, okay. But how do you define success personally? In your opinion, what's the definition of success?
Right. I feel success is like that. I'll be enjoying what I'm doing, and I won't feel pressure. Even I do a lot of work, lot of things. For example, there are some moments in my days. I never realized that I was very busy. I was having stress, but everything went very effortlessly.
Hmm.
I believe that I'll be successful when I can spend most of my time, like we have 24 hours, maybe we have 10 hours, we have 14 hours. So I feel I'll be successful if I can use most of my time
Hmm.
in fruitful way.
ये awesome. ख़वातीन हज़रात, इस वक्त हम गुफ्तगू में हमारे साथ शामिल हैं बांग्लादेश से हमारे दोस्त मिस्टर मुनीर हुसैन, जो दुनिया की एक बहुत बड़ी कंपनी कैटरपिलर में ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज की में एक बड़ी पोजीशन के रखते हैं। और उनसे बातचीत हो रही थी और उनसे हम बहुत से दिलचस्प सवालात कर रहे थे उनकी कामयाबी और उनके सफ़र के दौरान आने वाली मुश्किलात पर। तो अगर आप भी ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, इस वक्त लिंक मौजूद है, आप उसे क्लिक कीजिए और आइए हमारे साथ शामिल गुफ्तगू हो, क्योंकि यही वक्त होता है हमें एक दूसरे से सीखने और समझने का। और देखें, दुनिया में हर कोई सब कुछ नहीं जानता, लेकिन हर शख्स कुछ न कुछ जानता है। तो हमें एक दूसरे से सीखने, nobody knows everything but everybody knows something, we have to learn from each other. So please feel free to join us on this link so we can talk to Mr. Munir Hussain, our friend from Bangladesh, from Dhaka. I still remember the Dhaka, the most beautiful city in Bangladesh, and the Moti Jheel. And
Yes,
yes,
Motiji, yes.
yes, I was there at Crown International Hotel right there, close to that. And it was just a great area. And I still remember the pineapple there and lychee. I used to enjoy it a
Yes.
lot. Yeah, and their food and all delicious things which I have done. But it's an really pleasure meeting with you today, Munir. And just keep in touch.
Yeah,
Every Tuesday we are here on the screen, and we love to have
yeah,
you. And plus, feel free if you have any questions. So I will try my level best to answer. So feel free to ask, and in this way we can learn from each other.
yeah.
Uh,
That's my pleasure. Yeah,
yeah, Dr. Parveen Tariq, Walaikum Assalam. Thanks for joining us. Yes, it's time for us to speak with all our friends in Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, and Dubai, Qatar, wherever you are, uh, because this is international time for us. Mohammad Arif asked a question from Munir. Can you name some of the motivating songs? So you just said Dil Dil Pakistan by Junaid.
oh yes. I personally like all the World Cup theme songs.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I took the lyrics out of the song,
Haha.
and I was really astonished with the meaning of those
Yeah.
songs. They're
Yes.
always talking about people coming
Yes.
together
Yes.
and doing something, right, raising. So
Yeah.
so like those actually excite me a lot, and very small song, but very powerful themes. And people are coming from different diversity, and they're facing different
Of
challenges, but
course.
they're always trying to move forward.
Yeah.
So, like this in Qatar, there was a sentence like it says that now or never.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can come together, so the accent is a bit different, but
Yes.
if you say lyrics, there's a comment that they're inviting all the people to
Yeah.
get into the games and join together. And if you don't come now,
Yeah.
it's never,
Yes.
and if you come, it's forever. So
Yeah.
these are some of the songs actually just changes my focus and
Mm.
takes me to the
Yeah.
you know track. Yeah,
No, that's a good way to motivate yourself. And because if you like music, definitely music is the best way to get you motivated. He asked another question, Mr. Arif. He's also a coach and trainer,
right.
and he's from education department in Peshawar. Uh, So the question is how mindfulness and psychology
and psychology
are
usage.
useful in coaching business. What do you say?
Right. So, in short, I would say that psychology helps, understanding people better. We can understand how people thinks and how people behaves in certain way. So, what's actually happening back of their mind. So, we speak to the people externally, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what's happening behind this mind? So,
Yeah.
psychology has lot of like how your neuron works, how your brain functions, how your conscious mind, subconscious mind, all these things. So
Mm-hmm.
that helps understanding the people. That's one side. So in
Mm-hmm.
coaching, it's all about people transformation
Mm-hmm.
and mindfulness. Actually, like how you remain calm and quiet with all these distractions happening all around. So like we have 67,000 thoughts coming around, so how I can keep myself grounded with the present moment. So maybe some of my friends said something bad about me, so I always keep thinking, but mindfulness can always help me to remain at the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you, my definition of success, that when I'll be able to use maximum of my time, then I'll
Mm-hmm.
feel that I'm successful. So mindfulness actually helps me to get every bit of the time with my full presence. So in coaching, actually, I try to help people understand the mindfulness, and I
Mm-hmm.
try to help them to, demonstrate some practices, some
Mm-hmm.
knowledges maybe, or some practices, exercises. So and I have found this works a lot. So psychology is just for understanding the people nature, people behavior, and mindfulness. You can say this is a kind of exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a leader, you need to be very calm and quiet. You should not be distracted with all this stuff. So the more you do mindfulness exercises, mindfulness practices, you'll always remain grounded.
Yeah.
So that's in short, in nutshell.
Uh,
So
how
these are
long you
some.
been with John Maxwell certification?
Yeah, I got the certification in uh, 4 years back, 4 5 years, just before the pandemic,
Oh,
and I started the program in 2015.
yeah,
So as I'm in the job, so I was in a slow pace,
yeah.
and
So you came for the 3 days like IMC?
oh yes, yes,
Yeah. So which year? I think the 17 or 18, maybe 19.
it's 18 to 19 in between. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was there. I'm always there in all the IMCs. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's a great way to learn. I'm glad you learned that. And any special books you would like to recommend to our viewers?
Yes, I'm just reading one book, and that is really transformative. So I can show you the book. So
Sure.
Hagentarn, I'm using this platform for the first time. I use
Uh,
so
yeah, you can actually just turn on your
oh yeah, I
camera.
can start the cam. Yeah, right. Just a second.
Yeah. You're already there. Yeah, you're right
Oh
here.
yes, you see me right. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So this is one book,
Oh, the change.
The Change, and
Oh,
this
the
is
change.
authored by uh, Katie Milkman.
Oh, Carrie Milkman. Yeah.
So yeah, she's a psychologist in Wharton University,
Okay.
and she's a very top class and highly regarded
I
psychologist.
know actually
So,
personally.
right.
Yeah.
So the book is about how the change management actually works. So
Mm-hmm.
she has shared some very interesting stories
Mm-hmm.
and very powerful strategies. So
Yeah.
this is one book actually I got hugely impacted, and the other book is like this one, the four discipline of
Four
execution.
disciplines of execution. Oh wow.
So this is about goal management.
Yeah.
So in this book, actually, they have found some, areas where we get distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have found some research data here. It's like that they say that we have many goals. When you try to execute them, there's
Mhm.
always some distraction, and they termed that distraction as whirlwind,
Yeah.
like storm, right?
Yeah.
So you need to keep in mind that when you try to do something, that whirlwind has to be there. So
Yeah.
they have shared many insight and many strategies.
Okay.
So I'm presently working with my company in implementing the goal management thing. So
Awesome.
there I actually applied this technique.
Yeah. No, that's a great book, and I know the Katie because she's from Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And this
and
is
I
very,
live
very.
right.
I was really touched with the.
Yeah.
They have a concept called fresh start.
Yeah. We are from the
That
same.
was really. You might have this. Yeah,
Yeah, she's from my town, so
yeah.
that's why I know. So that's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen those great books. So please make sure you get whenever you get an opportunity to read this and learn something new. And that's why we do this show every week, so we can learn from each other and we can get some insights from other friends around the world. And right now, today, we are so fortunate that we have Mr. Munir Hussain from Bangladesh, from Dhaka. Uh, is it a HR specialist as well as he's a certified coach, trainer, and speaker. And this is the way we can learn.